Hello, everyone. This is our next episode of Searching for Satoshi with George Gvazava. We have an amazing guest today, Paolo Della Pepa, who is a CEO of KubeCoin Ecosystem, a company behind KubeCoin. And I'm sure that we'll have a very, very interesting and fruitful discussion for our viewers and listeners on different platforms. Hello, Paolo. Nice to have you here.
Thank you. I'm fine, but
Paolo, it would be great if you could give us some kind of introduction about you, about your background, about the Cube ecosystem that you're currently doing, and then we can also talk a little bit about KubeCoin, which is going to be the next question probably.
Sure. Well, I'm an entrepreneur. I started working in this role since I was like 22. I founded various companies and had quite a lot of project, and I was always as a project manager for mainly for all of my companies so far. And then we founded in 2017, we founded the FlyKube. It's a surprise trips startup. It was still quite successful in Europe, and because of COVID-19 in beginning of 2020, we realized that we had to take it as an opportunity because we couldn't sell anymore the much trips that we used to before because of the pandemic. And we reinvented the company and we started to look at the fintech ecosystem. I used to invest in cryptocurrencies since 7 years, more or less. And so we had brainstorming about it. We decided to move forward with this new adventure. And we found that we created KubeCoin. So we created this cryptocurrency, and from that we realized that it wasn't enough. So we built a full ecosystem of startups divided in different verticals, basically e-commerces and fintech startups. And I'm sure we're going to talk about it more.
Great. Thank you for that. It would be nice to, give our viewers and listeners the idea of how your company, which was FlyKube, is now connected to the KubeCoin that you're working on and the ecosystem that you're currently building. And as I know, you've already had some pre-sales done, round for communities, and you are preparing for the real ICO in the summer. So it would be great to show us how your previous company is connected to this current KubeCoin and its ecosystem, so to say.
Sure. We had already an idea in 2018. Basically, we had the FlyKube selling surprise trip in Europe, and people were asking us, they were asking us, where could I go to eat while I'm, in my vacation? So we were thinking, let's do surprise restaurants. So from that, we built another startup. It's called EatCube. They offer surprise restaurants. Still in Europe, we're going to open worldwide pretty soon, and from that we realized that the surprise concept can be applied to different sectors, not all the sectors, of course, but there is a big potential in different industries. So we started to working on that, and we had this like an idea, written idea, on paper, but like let's see in future what we can do. But then pandemic happened, and we say that now it's time to reinvent ourselves. And because we knew already that the world is going to be decentralized with blockchain and everything. So we say this is going to be the last vertical we're going to create after we create all the e-commerces. But because of all the companies were stuck during COVID, we say let's start to build this thing with the blockchain. Let's start to offer different payment methods. Let's see the future where it's going. So we started to investigate about this, and we said, okay, now it's time to build this cryptocurrency and see what we can do with that. And while we were like discussing and trying to find a way to apply this to the surprise concept, we realized at the beginning that it was useful as a marketing tool, like allow people like users to pay for their trips in our website and our platforms with our cryptocurrencies with KubeCoin. From a marketing tool, it became because we are actually really creative in this company, it became a strong utility token. So we did everything we had to do with the legal part, and as you said, we did a pre-sale. It was quite successful, the pre-sale. We closed it really soon, and from that, we realized that I was saying, from the marketing tool, it became a payment method. So right now we are building a technology to allow all users to pay, of course, with in our platforms with cryptocurrencies in general, mainly with KubeCoin. But the system allows to export it to other companies. So basically, we are trying to make partnership with big hotel chains, because we start from travel industry, of course, with big hotel chains, with online travel providers, and booking agency to implement our payment systems. So to resume, from a marketing tool, a utility token, and cryptocurrency, it became a payment method, and we are trying to make it as bigger as we can right now.
Great. That's actually great news. And the fact that, like, I have encountered a lot of skeptics in crypto, like people who either fully do not understand or do not want to understand what crypto brings to people and to the societies in general. One of the biggest concerns that they have is, like, it's just for speculation. You buy, you sell it high, and then you know it dumps again, and then you buy again and you sell high. But what you are doing is essentially creating a very, very important use case, and you mentioned it. So you are essentially doing a utility token, which will be used as a payment method. And if someone wants to get this surprise trip, so first of all, they need to have, so to say, cubes and use it as a payment method. How do you see, are there your partners that you are looking at, like hotel chains, restaurant chains, are they willing actually to accept this kind of offer? What have you encountered? Have you started, like, onboarding them already or not? So what do you see so far?
We started onboarding the startups. Big chains and our actual partners like Expedia, they open to it, but it's really complex to get there and get the deal. It will take time. The thing is that everybody knows this is the future. Airbnb just announced, the CEO of Airbnb just announced about 2-3 weeks ago that this is the future. So he said it's going to implement cryptocurrencies in the next future. So we know that this is, of course, the future, but it's really, like, complicated to make it user friendly. So imagine, like, I always give this example when there was only cash and credit cards were introduced. People were looking at them like, no, I want to see my money. They were not open to the digital. And now it's like we're stepping up and we want to replace actually credit cards. Our system, we can say it's innovative because when all in the crypto industry, you can see Binance, you can see Crypto.com, they have their own credit cards. We don't use credit cards. It's only cryptocurrency. You can only use cryptocurrency. You cannot convert in fiat, at least not at the beginning. So it's mainly cryptocurrency, all these things. So from a side, it's difficult because people need to get used to it. But from the other side, we are lucky, let's say, because we come from the marketing in surprise trips, surprise restaurants. We come from really user-friendly experiences. So actually we know what the customer wants. So we are making this payment system really easy to use for them and to make them used to pay with cryptocurrencies. It's going to be a process. It's not really fast. It's long term, but we're sure that going in the right direction and make the system as user-friendly as we can is going to work out for sure.
Great. Thank you, Paolo, for that. Actually, what I could add is, as I know you're building on Cardano, which is one of the, very well developed blockchains itself, and it's still in development, even though the development itself is a little bit slow. And as it's a proof of stake, it also offers very low transaction fee. So you are trying to, reduce the fees that are paid directly by hotel chains and so on, but
Yes.
indirectly by consumers. So that would also actually create a good entry point and selling point probably for your partners,
Yeah.
who would be offered like you do not only bring some kind of new markets or new consumers, but also bring transactions that's going to be cheap, so to say, for them. Yeah, that's also a very nice point. Actually, talking about that, could you more specifically describe what's on your roadmap, so to say? You
Sure.
mentioned different products and different services, so it would be good to understand what's on your roadmap, so that our viewers and listeners understand the where KubeCoin cubes will be used in the future.
Of course. I want just to add something about the payment method that you were mentioning. The thing is that the commission in Cardano is really low. Cardano is it's a sleepy giant. I think it's going to be really like it's long term is the best blockchain I ever seen. But anyway, it's my opinion. So what we're doing, because it's not user friendly in the crypto industry to make when you have to make a payment with cryptocurrency, you always have to pay a commission. If it's a Bitcoin or if it's another cryptocurrency, there is always a commission to pay. In our case, because we need this user friendly, the commission, we create a system that makes the partner, like the provider, to pay the commission for the user. So like instantly the user pays, for example, his triple, he pays, I don't know, 100 euros, 200 euros for this, he will not add the commission. The commission will be already included. The system will make the provider to pay for it. And the provider is used to it because, with the companies like Stripe checkout, it's pretty normal. The difference is that with Stripe, you have commissions. I don't want to say high, but commission. With Cardano blockchain, they are really low. I think right now it's 50 cents, if I'm not wrong, in dollars. And we just add the half of it for our own commission. So it's like it's going to be like 20 cents for each transaction, considering the a limit amount of money. So like if under a certain amount, it will be for free. And in time, we know that with Cardano, the commission is going to get down in time. So apart from that, speaking about the roadmap, it's quite long. We have the company-wise, we have a 5 years roadmap. The final step is DAO is a totally decentralized system, but it passed through, as I say, the 2 different versions of startups, like the e-commerces, EatCube, FlyKube. We have another one for experiences and gift boxes. We also created an investment fund with other business angels, because I'm a business angel in the seed stage. So from that, we created, as I said, the fintech companies, starting from KubeCoin. KubePay is the next company, is the payment method that we'll be speaking about. And another interesting thing is the NFT. We use in Cardano technology, maybe we'll be the first ones if we get it on time, to use Cardano's NFT technology to build NFTs and create our own platform for that. We discovered these features because we were actually looking for to stake our own coin, or at least allow to stake Cardano through our coin. We were looking at the Cardano technology, and we found out that with the NFT technology they have, we could do it. And after that, because we had in mind to create, our own NFTs, we merged it, and we said we seen it can work. And in Q3 of this year, we're going to launch also our own NFTs. So the roadmap, we have really like wide ecosystem here. Let's say they all startups. We are not like Amazon with different verticals with the amount of users. We preparing everything to make it big one day in the next 5 years. So for now, I must say we are working with FlyKube, considering of course the pandemic. We work with EatCube, and we focusing 100% on KubeCoin and the KubePay method. So this is the roadmap right now.
And your
That's the
main
general
focus
one.
currently is on Europe, right? You and specific countries in EU, or are you looking at other countries?
With FlyKube, it depends on the vertical. With FlyKube, we are mostly the western part of Europe, the seven biggest markets. With ETHCube, it's a really an automatic system. The engine is really is 100% automatic compared with the other one. So for us, it's easier to scale up faster than FlyKube with ETHCube. So we're already doing the partnership with restaurants, like for example in Canada, in United States, and soon in the next months we're going to expand globally really fast. KubeCoin, we must say that we have the main countries are from US. We are actually one of the few cryptocurrencies that accept the US investors. We can because of our jurisdictions, and we have US and part of Europe, but mostly is really spread worldwide. Most of our users are worldwide, so I can't say which one, because we have really fun people and users from everywhere with Cube.
Great. Great. Thank you for that, and for that overview. It's really informative and nice, great for our listeners and viewers. I would, this is the question that I want to ask now, which I ask to everyone who is our podcast guest. What do you think? Who is Satoshi Nakamoto? Who is behind Bitcoin? Like, is it a person? Is it a girl? Is it a boy? Is it a group of people? Like, any answer would be legit, because no one knows who he is or who she is.
Yeah,
or who
I've
they
been
are.
thinking a lot about it in the last years. It's a lot. Like, I'm really curious to know as well. But my theory is this: as far as I know, the American people, and I would say that Satoshi Nakamoto is a group of people. I would say that, and this group of people are the founder of Bitcoin. And we call it like this, like, because to get a mister on it, and also because I already can see. I want to say this, a small parenthesis. This world of cryptocurrency is not really well seen right now from some governments and some investment funds, banks. They're going to use it to it, but I can imagine that time when you created something from scratch and you want to introduce something that you're going totally against the establishment. You don't want to appear like, and also the theory that this is a decentralized thing, so they added like a random name. So I think this is the main reason why it's a group of people, and they spread it out with a different name. So like, not this year, Bitcoin has a CEO, there is a company, there are really strong investors, twins and the other ones. So of course you can see all of them, but like marketing wise, and also because of the decentralization and the way the world can react to this, the establishment more than the world, they decided to use Satoshi Nakamoto. That's my theory.
Great answer. Yeah, actually, we have heard about a person, about a group of people, about the different kind of explanations. One thing that's definitely kind of everyone probably says, and this is this or group of people, we are very good at math.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you, Paolo, for that. I think the last question that I would wanted to ask is, how do you think the crypto and blockchain ecosystem develop in the next 5 to 10 years? We see that different governments, for example, of course, a lot of them are against it, but a lot of them either accept it or at least would like to be the pioneer, so to say, because they know that in the end they cannot actually stop it, so to say. So what do you think? In which direction will it develop? What will be the next trend that we'll see? As we see from the USA, for example, everyone was looking, everyone was waiting for them banning some negative news, but yeah, they've actually said that they would like to be the pioneers, like they want to embrace this technology. So what's your take on that?
I think that the next year the inflation will have a big role in this. So like the governments that will accept it are the ones that have a big inflation. They need an alternative to the actual currency. Like Argentina, when they did it with the dollar because they cannot do it with their own cryptocurrency. And so inflation will be a big role. And I see this is something that is going to happen. And it's going to happen in the next 5 years for sure. I have the reason why we decided to move forward with the KubeCoin in September. We decided to let's do it. Let's put the budget and then let's make it work. September of last year in 2021. It's because I went to Silicon Valley, where I have a network there of investors, entrepreneurs, and I've been there for like two months and a half. I was speaking with them. We had a lot of meetings. There were conferences, a lot of things to do with them. Most of them, they said, when we were speaking about where are you investing right now, there were decentralization and metaverse. They are the main thing that everybody said. So all big funds are going that direction. It means that they detect something. We feel it because now with our cryptocurrency, we had quite a lot of success compared with FlyKube. Of course, yes, it's success, but it took time to build up. KubeCoin in 2 months was already on CoinMarketCap, was already everywhere. Like we see that people want to get to that direction. Not all of them, because it's not spread out as fast as as fast. It's not yet there because there is not yet the technology, as I said, user friendly. But it's going to happen pretty soon. I've seen it in person. I see it with my company, and the unstable situation we have right now with the inflation, the lack of resources. Yeah, it's really potential. I think this is the next future.
Great. And you mentioned actually very important thing about the VC funding and venture capitalists and business angels, where they putting their money, because the history has shown us that when they start investing heavily in some kind of sector, this sector will be like very big, so to say, yes. Because these people in VCs actually spot some really big things 10 or 15 years ahead. So that's a very important information that you have shared, and thank you for that. Yeah. Great, Paolo. I think that's it. I think it was interesting. Thank you for your time and for your information. And I wish you all success on your ICO, upcoming ICO. I know that you already have a pretty good and supportive community. So I think that your projects, all of the projects that are on your roadmap will be a success, and you will see KubeCoin in different exchanges soon and with high liquidity. So
thank you. We make it.
Great.